Test, test, test. Testing, testing, testing. Test, testing, testing. Testing. Testing.
Testing.
Testing.
Ready?
Sure.
Okay, I'll, got it? Okay, I'd like to call the meeting of the Madera County Arts Authority into session. It's 3:01. And would you please stand for the flag salute? Salute.
Allegiance. Flag. States.
Okay. Are there any additions to the agenda?
There are no additions.
Okay, we do have a cancellation. Mona Davy is the president of the Downtown Association, and she got stuck at work because she had too many people call in sick today and too much bank work to do. So we'll have to postpone her until the next meeting.
And bank work is hard.
Yes, it is. It drives people to run for the County Board of Supervisors.
Yes.
Yes. Any other additions?
We can bank on that.
Okay, public comment. Is there any public comment on items not on the agenda? Seeing none. We'll go to the public session. Consideration of the approval of minutes from the June 24th board meeting.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Okay, it's been a motion by Robert and a second by Artemio. Any comment from the audience? From the board? Okay, then I'll call for the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And now the moment we've been waiting for, the treasurer's report.
Yes. I know this is a great moment. Thank you very much. So we have, first of all, like to, we can look at the balance sheet for as of 8/26/24. It shows $51,772.20. We have had very limited activity over the last few months. There were no meetings held during the months of April, May, and then June 2024. We have the fee for the services of the chief clerk. And with that, and then the two prior months, it totals $270.48. But that would be an item that we approve as well. Are there any questions in regard to the treasurer's report?
Any questions?
I just appreciate the very difficult work that you had to do.
Thank you. Yes, it was, it can be stressful. Yes.
You hang in there, whatever support we can provide.
Thank you.
Okay, you want a motion on that?
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the payment of the warrant and the treasurer's report?
I so move. Just to be clear, the motion is to adopt the report of the treasurer and to pay the warrant to County of Madera as requested in the amount of $270.48.
Correct.
A second?
Second.
And we have a second. Any discussion, comments from the audience? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we have discussion and consideration to approve a resolution adopting the Madera County Arts Authority Conflict of Interest Code. You received a copy of that in your packet. And so I hope you've had a chance to read that. Comments, questions?
I have to admit that I missed that. Can you give me the quick synopsis?
Yes, we changed the filing officer to Madera County instead of elections. So you will be filing your 700 form with the clerk of the board upstairs on the 4th floor through our electronic system, which is NetFile.
And how's that different from what we've been doing on it?
You had been submitting your 700s through the clerk down on the first floor.
All right, so different email.
Correct. Well, correct. Same system, different record keeper, filing officer.
I guess I have trouble receiving email. Or reading them. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Any other questions or comments about that? Otherwise, it's the same conflict of interest statement. Any comment from the audience? Okay, seeing none, is there a motion to approve? No, we need a resolution. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
I so move.
Second.
Seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. And now we're going to move on to the ad hoc committee report. Things are starting to happen downtown. The courthouse park being renovated. You're going to see there's a performance stage there and a covering for that. So people will have to bring their own seating at this point, but we can at least start offering some outdoor events there. And the children's park is getting ready to open. I think that's all going to be officially done in September at
the Old Timers Day Parade. I think it's prior to the parade too.
Oh, is it prior to the?
Mhm.
So everybody can get in after.
So we're not gonna have like reopening or innovation?
It'll be a grand reopening. Also, if anybody's, I had a chance to take a look at the children's park, and they have some really nice foam there. So if kids fall, they can just bounce. But well, maybe not bounce, but it won't be hurt as much. But also, it's made out of old tires, and it absorbs heat. So on a hot day, that's a very hot surface. So the earlier that we can get it done on that Saturday, the better. There's not a lot of shade. There's some trees been planted for future shade, but what do they say? The best time to plant a shade tree is 20 years ago. So, yeah, we didn't do it 20 years ago.
So that's good. That's
Mhm.
like the first actual physical thing we've seen happen with our downtown Madera plant. So that's exciting, and that'll,
Yeah.
I think, bring people into downtown.
Great.
There's a story walk in that park. And so the Rotary Club is working with the Madera County Library to add 2 more story walks at 2 other parks. So we'll have one, I know one will be a Centennial Park down there, and looking to see where the other park is going to be. So we're adding more reasons to get out and about and relating it to the arts. So that's all good. And then we know that the city is still planning on renovating the road in 2025. I hope that holds so that we can get you.
Yeah, that one's gonna start like March.
Yep.
That's right.
Yes. So I did my part rather than keep my mouth. There is a service called Next Door. Anybody on Next Door?
Yep.
And the other day, some person from Madera commented that the park he saw some action in the park, and to renovate the park. And then off come the nasty people who say, well, downtown's no good and it's dead and it's awful, and somebody ought to do something about it, and all of that kind of stuff. So I decided to chime in.
Uh-oh.
My first time on Next Door. And I said, for those of you who are interested in our community, I want to let you know that we have a lot going on, stacked up to start happening to remodel and refurbish downtown Madera. And we welcome your ideas for how we can improve. Yeah. And invited them to our Arts Authority meetings, invited them to the Arts Council meetings, invited them to send their input to the city. And I would be happy to look at their ideas and include them in the conversation. And then there was a turn of response. Well,
Huh.
that's good to hear. I mean, so a few people got it. And
So and then after that, it's gonna be a lot of ideas.
yeah, that's okay.
Well,
Look at that from complaining.
see, the haters, they'll never respond to that because they're not interested in helping out. They just want to complain. And so whenever you say, you seem like you're really brilliant, you should join us. You've got some really interesting insight into this issue. It's crickets then.
Right.
Yeah, let's be friends, not enemies. Come
Right.
on, join the party,
Yes.
the conversation, yeah.
So I
Mhm.
felt like
That's good, yeah.
I did something. So
You did.
please speak up when people complain and say, come on down, throw in, ideas in. Come to visit at an event we have now.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so all that's good. Okay, and so we were going to have the Downtown Association, Ramona is the president of that, to give us an update on what they're thinking they would like to see in downtown and how it's all going for them. But she got,
There are no other people who attend the Madera Downtown Association meetings who could give us an update. No, he's not prepared, so that's okay. Plus, he's thinking about jury duty tomorrow.
in a
Yeah.
parade.
Right.
Okay, but we do have item number 2, which is an update from the Madera County Arts Council, and we are making efforts over there to increase arts engagement and by new audiences on our community and more people on. So I want to introduce you to Ij Latif, and she has with her Cynthia Montez, who's been working with her over at the Arts Council. And she's going to update us with enthusiasm on the kinds of things that we're starting to work on.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
So
And we have a show.
you all know where the Madera County Arts Council was. It did start with PACES, teaching artists in schools for 3rd and 4th graders, and arts education. It also started an after school program, visual arts, only in elementary schools. And within the gallery, we did have some exhibitions, but mostly celebrate agriculture, which is, by the way, happening this Thursday. Please, you're all invited. Please come. And also in the gallery, we did in the past sell artist artwork. Okay. Now I want to tell you what we're doing today and what we're doing now. In the arts education, we are growing massively. We have programs with MUSD, and one of our most successful programs is Artists in Residence. We do work closely with actually Brandon Gillis, he's right there. Artists in Residence, we have hired this year 4 artists, and what we do with them is basically we get these professional artists, put them in the classroom, they show the students the process of creating art. And then during after school program, the artists mentor the students, and the students create artwork. And then in the end, we have a unified art exhibition, which it's called Unified. That's the title of that art exhibition. And we have it at our gallery. But also the student artists come and intern with us at the Madera County Arts Council. So they're learning soft skills, and they're learning a lot of what goes on behind the scenes in arts administration. And the reason we also started this program is because if the students are starting 2 to 3 years ago, we started arts education through VAPA. Well, when they finish and they graduate, what are they going to do? We want them to come back and work for the city, and specifically, the county, specifically the city. So one way is to create job opportunities through the Madera County Arts Council, and have that to have that opportunity for the students to come back after they graduate. And then for the after school program, we used to have a handful of art teachers. Now we have 17 teaching artists, which is a great growth. And then also, you all know the Madera Theater Project. And we do have enrichment classes with MUSD through the summer and winter, whether it happens in our gallery or it happens at their sites. The other thing is, and family nights with the arts. That's my favorite project, because I run it. But basically what we do is we create paint by number murals for that school's community. So they come and they paint and they create this beautiful mural, and then we put that mural at the school so it stays for the school. We also create the little rocks and sculptures that the school also gets to keep, and a small competition of oil pastels. So it's just bringing people and engaging them with the arts, basically. Yes.
Is that parents and students together?
Parents, students, whoever, teachers, whoever is in that area is more than welcome to come in. So also we our partners are Sherman Thomas Charter Schools. We do with them artists in schools. We used to do high school. They've already got a high school teacher, so now we're only doing middle schools and elementary. We do some enrichment classes too during summer, spring, and winter. And then excuse me if I don't pronounce this correctly, but I will try my best. Saint Joachim. Joachim. Private schools, we do artists in schools. It's only visual arts, no performing arts. Hopefully we can get visual performing arts with them. And then we also create a end of school year art exhibition event. We do that for all of our schools. We try to get in the end a art exhibition. Also, for our gallery events and programs, we have revamped our store and we're still working on it. And our little store is called The Little Shop Around the Corner. So you're more than welcome to come and visit and see what is this little store. But we basically showcase our local artist artwork and students' artwork to sell and help them, make some money, basically, and get the recognition they deserve. Also, this year we had very interesting gallery exhibitions. Yosemite Renaissance 38, that was a very nice exhibition. And we had a Transitions, which was a collaboration with the Oakhurst Yosemite artists. Very successful. And then we had our first Juneteenth celebration exhibition, Pieces of Perception. That was a very, very successful event that we had a lot of people I've never seen before that exist in the community. So it was a very nice reach. We also had the Unified Art Exhibition, where is always a success. I know I'm showing all this off, but it's true. It's really beautiful when you see their faces. We also had during Juneteenth in our closing reception, we had the Mitchell sisters perform. It was absolutely beautiful. And on the right, you can see our artist in transition winning her best of show. It's just nice to see different faces and more people engaging with us. And again, on Thursday 29th, we have Celebrate Agriculture exhibition. Please join. And then after the agriculture Celebrate Ag, we have Photo Muse coming up. Okay, now I'm trying to be as exciting as possible, but so I want to tell you about our outreach. When I first came here and started my job at the Madera County Arts Council, we have noticed that nobody comes in. We don't have enough people knowing about us. This place has been open for like almost 40 years. And when I go say Madera County Arts Council, people go like, what? So we are trying our best to show them who we are and what we do. And one way we do that is by partnering up with other nonprofits, and also by allowing community members to share their ideas and hopes, and we collaborate with them in making things work. So for example, Juneteenth, it was a community member, her name was Tunice Givens, and all she had to say was, are you guys going to do anything for Black History Month? And then from there, we created this whole event. So it's more of us putting the effort in listening to the community and actually doing something for the community. Also, we have I have to pronounce it right, Comite Gelegetza Madera. So they have on October 13th this get huge celebration, Guelaguetza, Oaxacan tradition, and they have been using our space to create all these free workshops for the community. So that's also another great way of outreach. We also are part of the California Curate. We represent the Madera County. And the whole point is to advocate for using Proposition 28 in all 96 schools in Madera County. So hopefully we can, slowly but surely reach out for all these schools, whether they're charter, private, or district. We also have created my favorite, the Teen Arts Council, because we need youth population to be involved and to hear them out what they want. And I've realized no matter what the age is, actually, all these creative minds with creative professions and passions want a space to come together and connect. And hopefully that's what we're trying to do, is offer that space where they can connect and share ideas and enhance a sense of belonging, basically. What else? We just collaborate with a lot of people like MCCJ. We were part of the Pride Month. During the Mental Health Awareness Month, we partner up with Madera. We didn't partner up. We went as a vendor, basically, with the Matilda Torres High School, and had an event over there, because arts is very important in all aspects. It's mental health, it's sense of belonging, it's just everything you can think of, entertainment, it's everything. So we're trying to enhance that and promote that. And so our vision for the future, where it's going. Our goal is to create, enhance, and enrich arts education in all 96 schools in Madera County, including charter, district, and private schools. We aim to increase community engagement with downtown businesses as well. And community members, help create murals around the city and county, generate more job opportunities for the creative community, and space for them to come together. Does anybody have any questions?
I'm curious, early on, you said that you hope that through the Arts Council, people in the future would find jobs in the county, specifically the city. How? Can you connect the dots for me?
Yes, the plan is we are going to work on the strategic plan, but the strategic plan would start where we have to. So the arts education department has been for a long time run by one person. It can't be that way anymore. Since we have the Proposition 28 and ELOP money in all schools, that will create more funds to basically fund those people that we could hire. And they could be, it's creating new titles. So like, let's have an arts education director, and under that, we are going to have arts education specialists that can work on program-based projects around the county. So that's one way, and also getting grant specialists to have to allocate more grants too. So it's more of creating contracts with other schools and other organizations, and also allocating grants. Yes.
In that regard, could you talk a little bit about SURF
Yes.
and where we fit in with SURF money and programs? And
Yes.
what you're able to connect up with?
Well, during the SURF meetings, we did.
Tell us what SURF is. You don't have to have the acronym, but what do they do?
I'll just basically there's funds. Julie, why would you do that to
We
me?
don't need to know what
So-
SURF means.
Okay.
Just in general.
Apparently, surf's not up.
No, because they changed their names into California Jobs First. So that's why I'm like,
That's
but-
why I'm asking, because it fits with what Mr. Wieland is asking
Yes.
about with his jobs.
Yes. So California Jobs First, they are focusing on the Central Valley, specifically Fresno, Kings County, San Joaquin, and Madera. They are trying to create more jobs to have that boomerang effect where people would leave, study, and come back and work with us, and because we we need them for the economy, right? If they're not coming back, then we're gonna be basically, I'm having lack of words, but basically, SCREWED. So basically, so that's the whole point. We all got together, we put these proposals together, and how can we create job opportunities? And one way that the Madera County Arts Council was inputting was to create a multicultural arts center, because if there's going to be a cafe, if there's going to be theater, if there's going to be this large space where we can showcase art and have a little shop, that's going to help a lot with the economy of the downtown. And so that's how we're doing it, is by little steps here and there, by putting our fingers everywhere, and then hopefully generating all these partnerships and money to create that. Does that answer your question?
Well, I think what I'm hearing, and if I miss here, please correct me, but one of the goals is to create opportunities to create jobs in the community that ultimately will be permanent, meaning permanently funded and maintained, so that when we hit another budget crunch, especially in the schools, that arts will not be one of the first, the budget to be decimated.
Mm-hmm.
So the jobs will be here. They'll be recognized for the importance that they have, and the benefit to the community, not just a flow, depending on how the budget.
Yep.
Which is a long-term goal, but hopefully with some short-term benefits and long-term plan.
Yeah. You heard correctly. Actually, you said it better than I would.
You want me to come down there and talk?
I mean, totally.
And this is where, what we're trying to do, which
Yeah.
is see to the formation of a multicultural arts center downtown, and get people coming together in that community around the arts. And what you're trying to do, called now Jobs First,
Yeah.
is to help people understand that's going to bring the jobs to the store owners, business people, people working in restaurants, managing stage. There'll be jobs for people if we can develop that center. That'll be good for our community.
Yes.
And sometimes we only think, and I know we need to manufacturing and jobs in prison and jobs we create, but they're trying to help us realize there's other ways to. So that's where what you're doing fits with what the Arts Authority.
Well, just personally, I think we need to have nonprofits, have local business, and the public entities working together. We did in the 50s and 60s up in 1984. Joint ventures between all of these groups, whether it's to send somebody to the moon or just to invent products that are used throughout the community. We've kind of got away from that up until chips manufacturing, partnering corporations. So on a much smaller scale in Madera, what you're saying, encouraging to me. I do see nonprofits, local businesses, public entities working together, building inside out, and retaining people, well-paying jobs. Purpose.
And we already started working together. We all decided during the California First Jobs meetings, that's how we all networked. And we realized that all of us are lacking the same thing. So when we came together and we talked, we said, okay, let's help in little areas that we could in whatever capacity we can. And then from there we can grow, So it's pretty good. We've really grown so much and reached a lot of people. We do have a lot of community members and nonprofits coming to us wanting to use and utilize our space. And I wish we had a bigger space where I can fit everybody, but we always have to be limited because of the lack of space. But hopefully, we're starting somewhere, and then that will generate end goal, which is a multicultural arts.
She's an advocate.
Good.
It's amazing how, if you never have a thought or an idea, nothing ever happens.
Mm.
If you have a thought or an idea, sometimes it takes a long time for it to happen. But then you can begin to see things in. So now I think beginning to see there's connections being. You've been really, really at the forefront of helping bring those together. We at the Arts Council go back and forth on whether we should be an office promoting others in the community who want to do things with arts, or how big a place we should have actually celebrating the arts and bringing people together. So do we need a very small multicultural arts center, big one? Do we need office space? Do we need event space? What is it that is really pull all of this together? And what you're finding is that there's a lot of need out there for space for people to have events, which is going to perfectly.
And I would also like to add that when I used to live back in Sharjah, which is a city in the United Arab Emirates, when I used to work there, it started the same way. It had only offices. And then from there, it expanded to like almost all of the city by starting the same way we're doing, is collaborating with other entities, bringing forces together. And then the arts now is absolutely amazing and it's international. And it can also happen with us. It's just about, honestly, I don't mean to sound very cringe, but we have to believe in the vision, and all of us like unite and work towards it and make it flourish, happen, bring to life.
If you haven't seen it, you can go online. Yesterday's CBS Sunday morning show had a segment on the 150th anniversary, I think, of it was basically the YMCA in New York City. And it's something that I don't envision here, but it's along the lines of what Julie was saying, a discussion we've had over the years. Could it be a performing arts center? Could it be a community center, bring in groups and what have you? That's for a later day, but the YMCA in New York City, 2 stories, got a swimming pool, got a performing arts center, basketball courts, but it has rooms for people. It has a small library, it has rooms for people to teach and learn guitar and other small, more intimate functions like that, which goes to what you were just talking about. But there are plenty of things out there where we can learn from that. A few months ago, we exchanged emails regarding how libraries are changing across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Libraries are no longer a place where you walk in and expect a librarian to tell you to be quiet. There are certain parts of the library where quiet is respectful of the old-fashioned, but libraries today have teaching rooms, music rooms, kids' room to learn how to perform with other kids, of course, books, computers, videos, blah, blah, blah. More of a community arts center that draws people in, helps people be connected. And of course, the segment that I'm talking about, which also was on CBS Sunday morning, has these multi-million-dollar, multi-story libraries in some of the larger cities in the country. But just because it's large and expensive doesn't mean smaller scale and functional place can't be created here in Madera. My humble opinion. Just crossing the other side of the garage. Mike.
Yeah, I think it was, the New York YMCA had an advocate. Before it was just before the early 1980s, it was just basketball and boxing. And then a group called the Village People came along and changed everything.
You probably don't know that.
He used to be a background singer, so he can tell you after the meeting.
He thinks he was part of the village.
Yeah, I was the policeman.
Part of the village.
He was a backup for the policeman.
Artemio, comments? You like what you're hearing?
Yeah, I like the ideas, many ideas, many, approaches and, see that, they can connect with the community and different communities. They'll come with that, good ideas. So that's good. Let's move, forward to that. Welcome, yeah.
Pretty excited.
Brandon, it sounds like Regis is trying to train people to take your job.
He needs people. How many people have you hired in the last couple of years? Oh, wait a minute. I should introduce, this is Brandon Gill. No, I have to do it for the microphone. Brandon Gillis from Madera Unified School District, Director of Performing.
And is he supposed to speak up here?
Yes, come up.
You're welcome.
He gets,
Spotlight moment. 15,000 arts education vacancies in the state of California, thanks to Proposition 28.
Wow.
We don't have those people, so
How many?
find a Marige.
Yeah.
You got to be qualified to teach.
details.
So how is it going from your perspective? Bringing in people and getting kids excited? Is there interest in the programs?
Of course, huge, overwhelming interest. And you know, I'm really glad that Arija's here to give the comprehensive presentation today because there, especially with expanded learning and Proposition 28, these new funding sources for public education, there are so many opportunities to do great things, but we need partners. Because what we can't do with our own staff, we rely on the community to, you know, step in and can pay for those things. We can pay for these partnerships and contracts with the Arts Council, but we need the people to do it.
Well, thank you. Madera Unified School District has been instrumental in helping us take these big first steps forward. So thank you. Now, I'm going to go out here after the meeting and look over here at what could be our arts center space. I know you keep talking about boss. Just saying.
Well, first of all, you're going to look at the first step that is just days away from the ribbon cutting, you know, and that's going to get you all, and you're already excited about that. Yeah. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
start with that.
Yeah, exactly. Very excited.
That gives us a, you know, I was just in, of all places, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which I wouldn't think would exactly be Broadway, New York City. Very agricultural area, a lot like our area. So people are kind of plain speaking, they have renovated the downtown of Sioux Falls into a beautiful walking, gathering community center. They now have an indoor theater and an outdoor performance center. You know, they have snow, so they have to have something inside and outside. And beautiful gathering parks and places like that. And I think that's what we're trying to create on a little smaller scale because well, they only have 200,000 people in the town.
How is it financed? Do you know?
They've done it with grants. They've done it with state money. They've done it with people putting their name on buildings. Variety of ways. And they're not alone. There's a lot of communities that. Anyway, fun to see that. So I think we could do that in Madera. I'm going to tell those people on next.
There you go.
Anyway, so I brought Arish today because she's enthusiastic and positive and forward thinking. And she's really been helping the Arts Council get from the old days where everything, what we were currently doing, helping us push our way towards a more inclusive and broader future when we talk about these. So I excited me and gave me a will to go on, and I hope it's exciting you a will to go on too.
I now have a will to live.
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Brandon, for coming by. No, so hopefully next time we meet, we'll be able to get the Downtown Association in to talk about what they're perceiving going to be their future now that we're going to have the street redone and have some lands or some issues. Yes. In that regard, I met somebody from the city of Galt, which is up by Sacramento. She's a land planner in the planning department for the city of Galt. And she was telling me that they are getting money now in grant for facade work. So I think that's going to be important for the city to look at as they get the street done. Now let's look at the facades, get everything lined up. And I know that Arnaldo wants to do that city, but
1995.
let's not go back.
No, it was a facade program.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was free money, and the owners just had to upfront the money, then they got reimbursed. And when they wouldn't even do that, then the downtown, not the redevelopment director, reached out to me and said, I loaned these guys money to get that thing going, and then I got reimbursed. So yeah, so this will be phase 2. Mhm.
How many years?
Right, yeah, 30 years later, but a facade program, yeah, once it's going.
Yep.
Be kind of nice to get some things done behind the facades.
Well, the
But-
city along with the street reformation has also applied for a grant to start the alley project. Start
Mhm.
that side of the alley. The other side over on Fifth and Fourth is
The Reformation.
getting any younger. I might. Anyway, there are exciting days. Better days ahead, is that what? Oh, here comes Joetta for the 4 o'clock meeting. She's gonna be mad at me.
What she gets for reading your email.
Yeah.
Could we like adjourn and go out the back?
Oh, that was 1 at 4 o'clock, and they said, no, that's. what we got."
Sorry, Joetta.
Please.
No,
Well-
it's my fault. It's my fault. Come in.
She's actually probably happy. This means she can go home.
It's not your fault. You read my email
We are going to go home
and I made a mistake.
soon.
I move to adjourn now that she's here.
I'll second.
Well, let's wait till she gets here. She can act on an item.
I withdraw my motion.
So we're changing the time of the, but not until. So I sent out a nice little note. Said yes. I'm sorry about that.
So it's over?
Almost. We have one more item. But you missed a great report from the Arts Council about what they're doing to more inclusive and more involve more people. Activities.
But you can watch the recording upload.
Wow.
We won't make you do it again.
It's, oh, man. It gave me a will to live.
He announced that. And Artemio was excited too.
How can you tell?
And the Wheelan was engaged. So,
It was
I
the
married-
it was a trifecta. Yeah.
so you might want to watch the recording. Anyway, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Okay, so we're on to item 4. Thank you very much. We're on to item 4E, which is discussion and direction to approve the 2025 MCAA calendar and change the meeting time to 4 o'clock.
Finally, we're gonna make it official.
Apparently, I thought we were starting right away, but I was informed that all my fault. Okay, so what we've done in the past is we've put every month. What I have here. 20. These are we have the dates for 25 in our packet. Yes, okay. I want to look at And we put on again every month, right? And then we can
Thank
pull
you.
them off as we decide we don't do that. And they're gonna use this building, this room for other, so we have to move back to 4 o'clock. Okay,
Courts.
so are you still okay with the fourth Monday of the month?
No later than 4, because see, the winter time, the day is short, so by 4 o'clock, it's gonna be dark. By 5 o'clock, it's even darker.
Actually, when we start this, the daylight hours will be expanding again. It's after the 21st of December. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
We'll be good.
it should be good.
Okay. Okay, so, is there any discussion about that? Or a motion for direction?
Make a motion.
I'll second approval.
Any other discussion?
It's gonna be 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, starting in January.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, so this is, so that's fine. And then under member and staff reports, we have, the next, this is August. If we meet again in October. Work for everybody.
Yes.
So October meeting,
Over what?
3 o'clock.
28th, October 28th.
28th, okay,
28.
October 28th at 3 o'clock.
What doesn't care about the day, she just wants to make sure of the time.
I know.
I'll be here every day waiting.
Every day at 4. Yeah, 3.
Thank you for your dedication. So our next meeting will be on October 28th at 3 o'clock. Any other member reports? Staff reports? Oh, Nick?
Oh, I need
Good evening. Just one quick item. Nick Salinas, Chief of Staff with the Supervisor Poitras' office. On Wednesday, September 11th, we're going to be unveiling the 9/11 Memorial Monument. And Supervisor Poitras will be a little occupied in DC advocating for our county and our valley. But it's going to be the unveiling of the 9/11, the 14-foot steel beam. It will be unveiled that day. We're planning on having a number of first responders present, local electeds, dignitaries, both local and regional. And it's going to be a very, very special place to be at a special time.
Right.
So
You know the time for that?
September 11th at 9 a.m. We were kicking around 9:11 a.m., but that
Yeah.
was a little
We
too.
can get there at 9.
So 9 a.m. Wednesday, September 11th.
Well, 9 a.m. For East Coast time, I think the first plane hit about like 8:54 a.m. Or either the first or second plane hit at 8:54. Mm-hmm. Or the building. Yeah.
Well, Nick, I know you've been instrumental in getting that, the beam here. Vision it took. Happened, so.
Yeah, thank you. And you're all invited to that, as well as the Old Timers Day Parade. I chair that event as well. And so that's going to be one busy weekend. So Friday, we have the City County Lunch in the Park at noon in the park. You're all invited to that.
Okay.
And then Saturday morning at 8:30 is the ribbon cutting for the improvements at Courthouse Park. The parade then starts at 10 a.m. And then there's a booth in the park after the conclusion of the parade after that. Then if you're still not done, we'll have the dinner dance hosted by the Evening Lions at the Elks Lodge to honor our King and Queen and Grand Marshal.
And the Historical Society is having their
Their 50th year
Oh, wow.
anniversary. So
They're going to have a special performance by the Shades of Gray, I think, at the
That's
dinner
right.
dance.
Yep.
I think one's still living.
That's all it takes. But then you can have what do they call tribute band?
Tribute fair.
What?
Okay, great.
thank
There's-
you. Thank you all.
Nothing else? Thank you very much, Nick, for all you do. Okay, if there's nothing else, meeting adjourned.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, Mr. Gillis.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Gillis.